my money ready. It's a crazy world, and I need that money ready.
Well, welcome back to Houston Life. There was a lot of talk, perhaps some anxiety around the housing market in 2025. Interest rates, inventory, affordability were all huge concerns.
But instead of guessing or reacting, we just said, let's call in our expert, friend of Houston Life, queen of real estate, Lily Jang. Welcome back to Studio B.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, it's a pleasure. I mean,
Yeah.
you were here before I was even a co-host here. You were
right.
hanging out with Derek.
It's been so long before I was married.
That's true. Before you and Julian got married, we have so much to catch up
I know.
on because you're one of the busiest people I know. Full disclosure, you are our realtor. Brandon and I have used you for transactions. I've had plenty of realtors in my day, and I believe you are the best of the best.
Thank you.
Tessa invited you to come here today. I had nothing to do with that. People, we're going to get into if you're thinking of buying a house, what you need to know. If you're thinking of selling a house, what you need to know. Give us kind of the bigger picture, though, because 2025 was a weird year, and a lot of people said, hey, these rates, the house I thought I could afford, I can't afford anymore.
Right. We were above 7% interest rates
Wild.
in 2025. So a lot of people said, you know, we can't afford this. We can't afford this with the taxes, the insurance. The insurance is a big one. Right? And so a lot of people were on the fence in 2025. There was a lot more inventory than there were buyers. And now we're seeing that become more stable. So 2026 is going to be really where buyers and sellers meet in the middle. Rates are coming down. As of today, I've seen rates under 6%.
Okay. And so that's, I mean, that's a positive thing
Yes.
for people looking to buy. And, you know, Houston, it's such a big landscape. It's so diverse.
Yeah.
So what is true for one neighborhood over here, because Houston's an hour away from Houston, is not necessarily true for another neighborhood.
Right. There are neighborhoods that will always be gangbusters, like Westview, the 7 Villages of Memorial, Woodlands. Always going to be really hot. I have one listing up in the Woodlands right now, 50 Aria Isle by John Post Homes. It is the only one for sale on the island on the water. So guess what? Cash buyers in the 6 million, 7 million range, it does not affect them. The luxury market is largely unaffected.
I'm smiling because, Lily, I know which house you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not in the market for a house that expensive.
Are you
This is
sure?
the house you just posted on your Instagram yesterday.
Yeah.
Gorgeous and multiple kitchens. I was like, wow, this is, if I had $6 million.
3 kitchens?
3 kitchens, because you need a butler's pantry.
Of course.
You need a whole kitchen to entertain for all of the things.
Of course. Hey, can we just pause our real estate conversation for one moment?
Yeah.
Because the last time our viewers saw you, perhaps you've co-hosted Houston Life many times.
Yes.
You and your sweet husband, Julian, you're globetrotting all over the world. He just wrapped up Milan Fashion Week. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's about to happen. He was in Milan and to talk about all things that will involve travel for his clients. And now he's in Paris. He's in Paris right now.
Oh,
And so,
my gosh.
yeah, you asked me, like, Lily, why are you always on the road and traveling overseas? It's because that's Julian. He owns a travel company, Whoso.
That is
And it's
amazing.
essentially what, like luxury travel. So if I want to say,
Luxury.
hey, I want to go to Paris, I want to buy a Birkin, I want to stay in a 5-star hotel, Julian can hook us up and do that, right?
Italy, Tokyo, anywhere in Asia, South America, you name it. He's got partners around the world. So you know how nice it is to not have to book anything?
To not be the planner, yeah.
And I'm just like a travel princess.
Oh my gosh. But this works out almost perfectly because you are like you're a wanderlust. So this works out awesome for you. How many countries?
Oh gosh, now 70 to 80. I stopped counting, 70 to 80 countries. But I used to be a travel writer long before I met him. So it's always been like in my blood
And
to
you were
have to go see the world.
a news anchor before that to refresh our viewers' memory. I mean, truly, there is nothing that you cannot do, Lily. You can do it all. And you are working during this time. So when you're on the road, you are constantly, I mean, I remember when we were selling our house, Brandon and I sold a house 5 years ago, and we would message Lily and you would get back to us in like 30 seconds,
Yeah,
no
my
matter
phone's-
where in the world you were.
My phone's right here in case my clients text me during the segment.
You
No, I'm
will
kidding.
text them. You will, because you don't want to keep anyone waiting.
Right. So when it's nighttime there overseas where I'm at, I'm sleeping with my phone because you never know. It's daytime here. I've got to get to my clients. No one's ever waiting.
I think it's incredible, and you have sold homes, you've represented buyers in all ends of Houston. And as we mentioned, we are going to get into some specifics if you are buying or selling the house, things that we need to know. And Lily, buying a house, this for most people, it is the largest purchase. It's the largest decision many of us will ever make. It doesn't happen overnight, right? And that's okay. Like if someone says, hey, this is the direction I want to move into, what's a reasonable lead time? Should we be planning 6 months, a year out?
It depends if you're building or if you're buying a spec home that's already built. So, and it all depends why you're not ready, why you're on the fence. So we can have a discussion about that. Just reach out to me. But the thing is, if you're looking for a house in 2026, the time is now to start talking about it, because your credit might not be where it needs to be to get the optimal interest rate under 6%. So we need to work on some things if there are some things to work on.
So feeling ready and actually being ready are two completely different things, okay? And okay, so no one go anywhere. Lily is going to stay with us. We get her for a little bit of extra time. We're going to look at the housing market, what buyers and sellers should put on their to-do list in the new year. Don't go anywhere. Houston Life will be right back.
We are back with real estate star and expert Lily Jang. We always love having you, Lily. Truly, you are like our guiding light when it comes to all things real estate. Let's talk about preparing to buy a home and this year, because here in Houston, Tessa mentioned that if you're buying a home in the Woodlands, that looks different than Galveston or Katy or Baytown. So how do we prepare if we're thinking of buying this year?
Yeah, there are so many things that buyers should do and sellers should do. I want to tell you something real quick though. Builders, that whole 2025 mentality is going into 2026, because my clients Ashley and Nico, I just got them under contract, $25,000 incentive from the builder.
Wow.
And this is around the $25,000. It's almost unheard of. So
And you
it's
can put
happening.
that, what, toward like window treatments or
Yeah, window
appliances
treatments, appliances, closing cost, and bring down the cost of the house.
Wow.
And so it's less out of pocket for you, and it's just better overall. I mean, they're really trying to get rid of inventory from 25.
This is, by the way, why you need a great realtor, because you can help negotiate those things.
And creatively as well. Because sometimes the lender will say, okay, out of that 25,000, we can only do 12,400. That leaves that other half on the table. What are you going to do with it? Well, I'm not letting my clients' money go to waste. So we get creative and make sure that you use that whole 25,000.
And you were talking about there's kind of a to-do list. So if you're
Yes.
if you're a buyer, these are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind.
Yes, get pre-approved, not just pre-qualified, because sellers, they want certainty.
Okay.
Okay, so that means being fully vetted by your lender. Not all lenders are the same, so ask me if you have any questions. There are a lot of fly-by-nights and a lot that take advantage of the clients.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you reach out to me and give you a list. There's no unicorn home. That means, I call it the 80% rule. If the house is 80% of what you need, it's a good fit. If you're looking for perfection, it just doesn't exist.
That is such
Right.
great
It does
advice.
not exist.
It's give or take. Like, you have to check things off your wish list, right?
Yes, know your monthly comfort zone. So your monthly mortgage payment is made up of 4 things, right? Your principal, your interest, your taxes, and homeowner's insurance. Don't forget the HOA too.
Oh yeah, you always have to factor that in. People, be realistic, not emotional is a great thing to keep in mind.
Yes.
And we were just talking, have a realtor that you trust and that will fight for you and that will negotiate with people, and just always be chiming in on your behalf.
Yes.
You want people in a room to fight for you, what
It
you
is
want.
your biggest investment you will ever make. So you need a bulldog in your corner.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So for sellers, let's talk about what sellers need to do, because we've got to price it right from day one, you guys. You don't want the days on the market to accumulate and you've got 300 days because you overpriced it.
And is it true, Lily, that most owners think that their home is worth way more than someone is actually willing to pay for it?
Yes, and it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
And it's time to have that serious conversation with your realtor. If they're overpricing your house, or if you want it overpriced, it's just not going to sell. This is not the year to do that. And last year was not the year to do that.
And then it's
either.
sitting on the market, and people are like, well, why has that been on the market so long? Something must be wrong with it.
Right, that's
Yes.
exactly it. Be realistic with the comps. The comps are the facts.
Okay.
So presentation is no longer optional. Clean, declutter, neutralize, stage it. If you have a luxury house and your realtor's not staging it for the best maximum appeal, you need to have a talk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you need to have a talk.
What if you have a house that's maybe not as updated as it needs to be? Do you prefer people to sell it as is and then just make sure that price point is right? Or do you encourage people to put in the updates, do all this, and then kind of come back and see what you got?
It all depends what the updates are. So the
Okay.
big 3 is curb appeal, right? And then the bathrooms
Okay.
and the kitchen.
Kitchen.
Okay, those are the 3 major.
Yeah, but also don't forget, you guys, if you are selling your house, make sure you're taking care of those repairs.
Okay.
The obvious repairs. We're not talking about huge things, but if you have a leaky faucet, you've got roof repairs that are causing, leaks inside your house, you've got to take care of those. They will spook buyers, and buyers will see that right away.
Yeah.
Buyers are savvy.
Oh yeah, and they're looking
looking.
with hawk eyes. What is one of the bigger mistakes you've seen someone make? Or that's maybe common that people think, okay, this house is ready to sell, but it's really not.
Foundation issues, sloping floors. Yes, stucco issues. We see that a lot in Houston because
Very
we have a
common.
lot of stucco homes.
Okay.
And you've got to keep up with it.
Circling back to staging, you mentioned if someone has a luxury home and the realtor hasn't staged it, whose responsibility is it to pay for the staging? Does the seller pay for it, or would the realtor pay for that?
Negotiable. Negotiable. And in my case, I stage my homes for my seller. I take care of that for them. But it has to be, I mean, I have one job is to sell that house, so how am I going to do it?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And what cost is it to me to have my seller say, you did the best job possible?
Okay, hey, very quickly, before we let you go,
Yeah.
you say that there's something that buyers should never do before they're about to close a transaction. You've actually had several clients unable to close on their house because of what?
Because they bought a car, but it was a situation where you're not supposed to buy furniture, no big ticket items.
No
don't
financing.
No financing, don't open any credit cards, nothing. But my client got into a car accident. So they needed to buy a car. That's gonna affect the end result. And so he needed a co-signer.
No hard credit checks,
No.
because the bank is monitoring and looking at all of that in order to get you into your house.
Till closing day, they will monitor it.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
great reminder, Lily Jang. Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
We
Thanks for
have
having me.
linked her website on ours, so you can get in contact with her. It's on the Scene On section of HoustonLife.tv.